They actually place it on the 13.
Well, broken plays, that will happen.
Up the middle, Jim Cook mentioned he's a former tight end, so he doesn't shy away from running the ball, and he blasts his way down to the 13.
Well, that will open up your running game if your quarterback is not afraid to take the ball and move. That will look at it. He's going inside now. The linebackers got to converge on him, which they did. A nice play. They gained 3 or 4 yards. But now they have to be mindful of the fact of him stepping up in the pocket and protecting that run, that that's your ball as well.
Then they're going for 2. This time they will go nowhere as Jaron Embry collides with half of the Northwest Ohio Knight defense, so the score remains.
And they've seemed like they're doing a pretty good job.
Hand off, and at times the Knights defense has stood tall as they did right there. And a good play. UT gave a discount to the Knights for this game to help the cause. This ALS charity game. There's a play action, but a big defensive play as everybody forgot to block Deontay Lewis, and he said hello in the backfield to Jim Cook.
A blitz all the way. Deontay Lewis out of Scott High School comes in, just blasts the quarterback. When you get a chance to put a little lick on the quarterback, he did a nice job there.
For the nearly 200-pound fumble, because here, who knows, could have hit the point of the ball and bounced back the other way, but it didn't look like that was happening.
You can see Darius Martin and the quarterback again.
Got to try to shake some things up. Looking out of the eye here. Robinson accelerating through the hole, and he gets down to the 41-yard line. Check that on the carry. That was number 20, Rodney Colas. And he picked up a decent gain on first down that time.
I think it's Eddie Tolas out of Bowser, number 20.
I've got Rodney Cola. Rodney No Fear Colas.
Oh, okay. Number 20?
Yeah.
Okay, I got a number change.
Okay, yeah, that was a number change. That,
yeah, 7 is Colas, No Fear Colas, and we got Eddie Tolles out of Bowser.
Ricky Powers of Michigan and some ex-NFL big-time college players played here in spring football. There's a good tackle in the backfield on first down. And once again, a big defensive play. Dean Matthews Jr. coming up with it.
Well, he shot right in from the corner.
Some decisions that weren't the best.
Well, I look at things that could happen, and you certainly want to avoid that.
There's a pass complete. Big catch, big hit. There's a pass complete. Big catch, big hit. And holding on to the ball, Jonathan Craven, as he was rocked on the play. But it's a first down.
Plays all night. This one is the interception. I think that's the interception. Great play by Will McCoy. The Knights do on this. They look like they might put some pressure on the quarterback.
They're definitely showing blitz here, but then they drop back into coverage. Throw down the right side, and it's going to be picked off at the 35-yard line, and a good return as well. Who knows? He might even make a lot more out of this. Running a long way, but east to west, still picking his way down to the 15-yard line. A long run back after a big interception by Will McCoy. Shades of what he did in the game last time these teams met. That's
well, Will became the receiver that time. See, he went for the ball, not the receiver. He catches it, and then he's a good athlete. He's got good speed, shows his athletic ability here in the broken field runs, and carries it all the way back. Does a nice job for his team to put him right back in scoring position. But that time he went after the ball and not
learned what you were talking about. And I think that line that you said was very pertinent. I don't know if it was on air or off air, but you said follow the ball because eventually the great interception and return. Stone put it in the air, and it's a great catch by Clemens for the touchdown. Clemens has made 2 brilliant catches in this game. He just took it right away from the defender that time.
There again, the defensive back takes a page out of what the Knights were doing earlier. Watch the defensive back. When the receiver turns, you turn. That time he face guarded him, and Clemens just too good of an athlete for you to do that, and the defensive back never saw the ball.
So this has been a real clinic for defensive backs here in this game tonight.
Well,
3rd down and 5. A big stop here if they can get it. Play action. Cook airs the ball out. He's got an open receiver, but picked off again. Good anticipation, and once again, Will McCoy. Well, wait a minute. Now, that was actually number That's 06.
Yeah,
that's Stephen Howard.
Stephen Howard.
And he was beaten on that touchdown earlier, so he redeems himself there with that interception.
Once again, plays the ball, not the receiver. And he's sitting there for an interception twice in a row now. The Knights have come off here with 2 big interceptions.
And the Knights ball. He moved the ball for another score. Stephen Howard.
It's unlikely you're going to convert on a 3rd and 19 unless it's a broken play by the defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. They swing it out. And look at that open field. If he can break a tackle, they might get that yardage they need. And knocked out of bounds. Outside of the passes to Clemens, that's one of the biggest gains they produced all day is Dwayne Pacheco moved out with some nice yardage after the catch to the 45.
Well, see, that opens up the field a little bit and still gives them, you're not going for it on 4th down, but at least that gives you a little bit momentum, showing that you can open up the field that way. And they may go back to that on that next series.
They got Jason Villanueva.
Villanueva out of Bowser High School. Broke contain. I thought he was going to get some big yards. And then McCoy comes up and makes a good shoestring tackle, basically.
It's 26-7, but they lost to the Timberwolves, a team that played earlier game out of Monroe, 35-0. What a hit there! That was probably the best hit of the ball game laid on.
That was Big Mac Vaughn.
Big Mac is enjoying it.
Boy, he hit him straight on, and a good legal hit. Put his face mask right in the sternum. Look at this play. Right there, boom, right in the sternum.
Quarter pounder on that one.
There was no doubt about it, and that was the biggest hit of the game.
And we've had some great tackles here on this sequence defensively. Look at that. You should not want to run headlong into Big Mac Vaughn, and Demetrius Brown learned that lesson.
What makes it more of an impact, because he's a quick player, so for extra yards, and you got 1 or 2 guys that are trying to tackle, and then you got a 3rd guy coming in and stealing the ball.
5 turnovers now. I thought they were going to call stop forward progress at first. And there they go with the short pass. And maybe they learned something on the last play of that previous series as they go to
Dwayne.
Manny.
No, I think Dwayne. No, I think Dwayne Pacheco.
Pardon me. Yeah, it's Pacheco, number 9 for the Northwest Ohio Knights. But that's essentially the same play that they got the good yardage on the previous play.
Just quick passes. And look,
they still got the completion on the interference call. Now again, they're starting to finally make some things work there. As that crossing, he gets it out to Brandon Blackman.
That is the end of the third quarter.
I think his success, Greg, is getting the ball out of his hand.
Echo with another catch, and he carries 2 defenders with him all the way to the 22. And all of a sudden, the Knights offense is moving in a way that we didn't see at all in the first half.
Well, I think part of it, he gets the ball and he gets that out of his hands in about 2 seconds. And he finds a wide open Dwayne Pacheco out of Woodward High School. And then Pacheco just carries the pile about another 4 or 5 yards.
That was a great catch, too, as he had to reverse his body in the air. Brought it in, the 250-pound tight end, showing he has good hands.
I guess when you're 250, you're out in the secondary, you're going to carry some people.
They're going to make this a ball game again.
Let's see if Adam Stone can get the ball out of his hand. Another quick.
Again, he completes it. A quick out there to the 16-yard line. And that is caught by Jason Villanueva.
The significance, again, is he's getting the ball out right away. And